In this screencast, we're going to create a special design which is actually going to let us serve RTF files directly from our web server. So what we're going to try and create, I just have on the desktop here, which is just a basic RTF file, which has just got an OH&S sort of rules in there. And the bits that we want to replace are this bit of text here, as well as this here. So say this is a a large organisation and they have different OH&S procedures for each office. So we've got some general information here, and then just in this section here we want to insert our specific text. So obviously this example could be anything, but just chosen an OH&S policy in this case. So we've got our RTF file here, so you can save that in Word or in WordPad. You can save as a rich text format file, and that's what I've done in this case. And then what we want to do is actually open that file up in Notepad. So I'll just do that here. And you can see we've got quite a bit of garbage in there. Well, it's actually just code that the RTF file is using. But we can pick the bits that we need. So what I could actually do is search for region. Okay, and there's our region text there, so we're going to replace that bit of text, and the other part was called instructions go here, so we do a search for that. Yep, there's our bit of the text there. So we'll come back to this file in a sec, but first we need to create a design to actually put this code in. So if we hop over to Matrix, first thing I'll do is just create an asset that we'll use to apply to this design. So I'm just going to use a standard page here. And we'll call this one Canberra for the Canberra region. And then if we just edit the contents, now what it's important to do here is to actually set this to have a presentation of raw HTML and a content type of raw HTML. And that's just to ensure that we're not inserting HTML within our RTF file, because it's not going to like that. So we're just allowing a little bit of text to go inside that RTF file, and what we'll say is to evacuate the building in case of fire, exit through the rear stairs and assemble in the parking lot. Okay. So then now that we have our standard page, we need to create the actual design. So over here, new child, design. And we're going to call this one RTF design, and perhaps even OHS RTF design. Okay, now if we edit that design, we need to insert the text from the book, which will allow us to serve out the RTF file to trick the browser into thinking that we're actually downloading an RTF file. So we'll just grab that, and so we paste that content in. I'll just tidy up the spacing a bit here. So just going over this bit, the first bit is we're setting the content type to application/RTF. So that's the bit that tricks the browser into actually printing out the content that we want, the file type that we want, I should say. Then we've got the page body, which is outputting the little bit of text, which was the exit via the stairwell. And then the last one is just specifying an extension, also necessary just to trick the web browser into thinking that we're downloading an RTF file. So doing that, if we just save that, and then apply the design to that Canberra page. So now I'm just going to grab the web path there. And we'll open that in the new tab. So what we should see now is it's attempting to open that RTF, which is exactly what we wanted. And let's try opening it up with Microsoft Word. Okay, there we go. So there's a very plain RTF file. So that's the start of what we want. Now what we'll have to do is combine the text from Notepad that we had earlier, which was from the raw RTF file, with our existing design. So if we just find the region name title, that's it. Okay, there it is. So what we'll do, rather than just inserting region name, we might actually use a global keyword in here, and we should be able to just use percentage globals underscore asset underscore name. So matrix will replace that keyword before the RTF file even loads. So that's that bit there, and then the other section of text we need to find is the insert text. It was instructions, not insert. Okay, there we go. So that's where we actually want to start inserting the page content, just right there. So what I'll do is keep that highlighted and jump back to our design. Just do a bit of cutting and pasting here. So what we want to insert there is the page body. So we copy that in and just paste that over there. So that means whatever we add to our standard page will be inserted in there. And then what we also want, if I grab that one, like that, these two lines we'll put at the very start of our design file. So I'll just put that at the very top here. Okay, I might even avoid using a line break just in case that affects our RTF file. Okay, and now what I'll do is just select everything, copy it, and just override what we've already got in here. Okay, so we'll save that, and I'll just grab the web path off that page again. Pop open a new tab, and fingers crossed once we load this up. There we go. So it wants to open it up with Word again, so do that. And lovely, there's our beautifully formatted RTF file, and then our evacuation procedures. So there's a little bit of a space there, but that would be pretty easy to fix. Just jump back in the design file and just remove the excess space there. But you can see that's a really interesting way for you to be able to output content in a different file format. So obviously if this needs to be printed, RTF's a really good format, and you could easily customize various portions of these to be downloaded and filled in by different people.